All right, y'all, today we got 30 people rate their own attractiveness from 1 through 10 social experiment. But the twist is I'm going to be setting the record straight and letting y'all know what they are actually rated. Now, I'm not going to lie. This is probably going to be one of my most controversial videos because it does lie in the realm of judging people. I saw someone else do it. I thought it was really interesting. And the only reason I'm going to do it is because I genuinely think it's going to be fun. At the end of the day, just a disclaimer, I mean no disrespect to anyone that will potentially get a low rating from me, because the reality is my 10 might be your 7 and your 7 might be my 10. It is what it is. But I will say I do feel like I'm a pretty unbiased person and I tend to be pretty real with myself. Like in my personal opinion, I think I hover kind of in that 7 to 8 ratio. And then my other attributes of life outside of my personal looks is probably what can get me up to a 9 and 10. But hey, I could be wrong. Y'all let me know what you think. Let's get right into the video and see what it's talking about. Make sure you guys tap into the Twitch streams. The link to that will be in the description. Where you at, family? You know where to find me. Come on.
Where you at, Berto? I'm gonna give myself a 5.
5? Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Oh my god, this is gonna be a terrible video.
I'm gonna go half.
If I'm being blatantly honest, I would say maybe a 2.
Damn, that's pretty accurate though.
An 8?
10.
Ooh.
An 8?
I think on your best day maybe an 8. That's 7. On your best day maybe a 7. But she's a cute girl though. She has a nice cute smile. But I think you're more like in 7 territory.
10 out of 10.
All right, bro. All right. I already see the comments now, bro. This is a dangerous game I'm playing. 10 out of 10? Nah. Shorty right here, she's kind of like a 6. And the shorty right here, 7 on a really good day.
You gotta be confident about yourself.
I mean, that's true. But we gotta be realistic too,
How
baby.
do you rate your looks on a scale of 1 to 10? We're continuing our series where we branch out from the usual format and instead ask people for a range of different backgrounds on how they feel about all things related to beauty and aesthetics. So how do you rate your own looks? Is quite of a bit.
All right, let's just get to the fucking point, man. Right here.
7 out of 10.
7 out of 10? I'd say it's 6.
Well, I was gonna say 6, but I said let me just hype myself up a little bit.
Okay.
7 or 8.
6.
I like the way I look, but sometimes there are days when I don't, so.
Maybe like a 7.5.
I don't know. This nigga looks kind of creepy. I'm gonna go 6, gang. Maybe 6 on your best day. Like right now, you look like a 6. But if you wake up kind of feeling musty and dusty, you might be in 5 territory, brother.
I would say 7.
This is 5.
Probably say 7.
Let's check brother out again. Let me see brother again.
1.5. Probably.
If he put some muscle on, he could be like a 7 or 8, but he's kind of scrawny looking.
Say 7.
Well, it definitely depends on how I'm feeling, but probably like a 7
Nah, baby. You're a strong 4.
out of 10.
I think I rate myself a 7.
No. You're like a 5.5.
So it seems that a lot of people rated themselves a 7 out of 10, and this is in line with what we predicted after researching the topic in more detail. Just taking one study as an example, Cooper et al. Asked unmarried university students to rate their own attractiveness and found most men and women
Yeah.
had a 7 out of 10.
I'd probably rate myself about a 7.5.
Nah, baby. Oof, you're like a 4.
8, maybe.
No.
I don't know. I don't know.
No.
I think that I try to make myself look nice and I make an effort.
And that's important.
Probably like a 5.5, 6 maybe.
5.5, 6. Yeah, I mean, I can see that. I mean, if again, got a unique style. Doesn't have much confidence though. You know, confidence is a big booster for men, bro. You getting on here whispering in this hole, yeah, you're definitely giving 5, my nigga.
I don't know. I don't think I come under like beauty of standards, like high beauty of standards for sure. But I think I don't find myself too bad. And I think that is exactly why. I do not want to give myself a 5. I want to definitely be a 7.
See, this is the thing. And I can respect Shorty here because it feels like she's being like real with herself. But then she's kind of just adding in the like, oh, I don't want to talk down on myself, so I'm going to give myself a 7. But I think objectively, she kind of knows she's a 5, though. You feel me? But, hey, man, at the end of the day, we can all work on ourselves. There's all things that we can do to improve ourselves. Like I said, like, I feel like if you put a room full of random hoes with me, I think most of them, I'm not getting lower than a 7. And then depending on what they like and dislike or just about my physical features, I might get up into the 8 and 9 territory. But I really feel like what elevates me is my sense of style, my personality, my confidence, and everything else I got going on. Because again, like if I were to show y'all like pictures of me before, you know, like before I kind of found myself, before I started putting on some muscle, it's like, bro, like objectively, I was probably a 6. You know what I'm saying? So you can work on yourselves, bro. And like, again, my apologies. I don't know your name, but you know, like, bro, things that we can control. I don't want to diss her here, but it's like she got a lot of body fat. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are things that we could control. Now, it's obviously easier sometimes it's easier for other people. Sometimes it's harder for other people, but I'm just being objectively honest. Like, these are things that, you know, like if I actually just kind of squint my eyes and just look at her face, like she got a cute little face, but the body fat make a difference, gang.
Yes.
Your research found similar results and went a step further by looking at how
I think I get enough attention, but I know I can still improve.
She's pretty. She's pretty. I don't remember what I gave her, but I feel like she's like a strong 7.
No.
I just don't think she gets into the 8 though. I don't think she gets into the 8. Maybe she's like a 7.5. I think if her swag was different. But then again, like this is a respectable, you know, some niggas would want to marry a girl that's popping out like this. Like very modest type of vibes.
I think I have a nice smile. And I think my hair and eyes go together. I like my freckles. I think it's something a bit different about me.
I think I'm not conventionally beautiful. I know sometimes when I look at myself, there are certain features, but I don't think others would see me like, maybe I would see myself as 8 on certain days, but I know others wouldn't, so.
Aw, man, see, and this is why, again, you know, I'm not a bad person, bro. I'm not a bad person. I genuinely am trying to be objectively honest here, but just hearing her say that makes me feel so bad, gang. But, you know, she's not lying, though, man. Like, there is a conventionally beautiful standard, and nobody's saying that you have to bend and break to those conventional beauty standards. Like sometimes that shit could be toxic as fuck, but I think being real with yourself is a great sign of confidence, honestly, because that's a great starting place for like, okay, maybe I can improve in X, Y, and Z areas.
A solid 6.
Ananya brings up a great point on this, where how we perceive ourselves isn't necessarily how others view us. And we can see this play out in a greater range in Tobias Greitmeyer's 2020 study, where most people rated their own looks higher, with a 6.03 out of 9 on average, or a 6.7 out of 10, relative to the perception of others being rated as 5.44 out of 9 on average, or roughly a 6 out of 10. So
I'll be honest with y'all though. I wouldn't sign up for something like this, bro. Like, I already know by making a video like this, motherfuckers gonna be in the comment section and like say what they rate me. You know, it's only fair, right? But like me personally, I'm not going on this because regardless of what anybody thinks, I don't have these issues in my real life. You know what I'm saying? Like, objectively speaking, bro, I was thinking to myself the other day, bro, like, I don't think there's ever been a situation ever in my life, even when I know I was more simpy and geeky and nerdy and didn't, you know how to kind of deal with women. I don't necessarily think there was ever a point in my life where I looked at a woman and I like actually made up my mind like, yo, no, I want her. I always got that girl. I always got the girl. Now, did it end the way I like? That's a different conversation. You know what I'm saying? Did things go exactly how I wanted them to go in the end? That's a completely different conversation. But I think for the most part, like, I'm able to attract the people that I'm attracted to. So, but again, how you handle that is a completely different story. And that's where I had to have a lot of character development on my way, on my journey, because it's like, yeah, you know, I've had girls cheat on me. You know, I've simped for girls. You know, whether I was too clingy or, you know, came on too hard, like all the different things, whether I didn't really have no swag, you know, like different things that you just kind of develop as a man as you're going through it in my younger days.
Almost a full point difference. This gap in perception was most pronounced for the least attractive people in the sample, while the most attractive participants actually underrated their looks compared to outsiders' perceptions. This gap is a pretty consistent finding in the literature, and Matthew et al.'s study provides evidence for some self-awareness about this effect. Men in particular accurately predicted other people would rate them as less attractive, but persisted in rating themselves higher in spite of that awareness.
Ooh, I'd say a 9. Like I said before, I think
9. I wouldn't give her a 9, but I can't really see the rest of her body, but she has an interesting look, and I could see how she's definitely somebody's 9. If you ask me, I'm giving her an 8 on her best day, and she's just kind of casually a 7.
for me, sometimes I like the tip of my nose, sometimes I don't. I think I don't really have the standard features but and proportions of my face, but I think somehow they work together.
Certain things I like about myself, certain things, you know, maybe I would change, I don't know, there's nothing really to say, but I mean, I'd say 5, pretty level number.
So why
she's a 5.
Do we tend to overrate our attractiveness compared to others? Well, let's look at 3 possible reasons. The first is,
just show me more people, bro.
Theory judge themselves more just to have intense attractive in the brain and led to increased attractiveness ratings. So when we look at these studies on attractiveness,
my bad, y'all. I'd imagine we're just having fun doing the rating right now. If you guys want me to go back and actually listen to all the yap, I will react to another video like this and listen to the yap. Let me know in the comments.
Ratings, where most rated, lack of familiarity is one of the biggest issues.
Okay, I want to guess before she says. She has a very interesting look, kind of similar to the other girl. I'm gonna go 7.5. She's no lower than a 7 though. I can't give her a 6. She's more than pretty enough to be a 7. But for some reason she doesn't hit 8 or higher for me.
I think I'm not too bad and then I'm not too great, so I
There's a bunch of Indian girls, eh?
think 8 is a perfect number for me.
8?
I think I'm at 8.
You ain't an 8, brother. You're like a 6.
Probably a solid 8.5.
Oh, baby. Like a solid 4.
And yeah, I don't want to sort of do too much for like a, well, I don't know. I'm a bit sort of probably self-centered.
She seems sweet though.
And I don't want to big myself up too much, but.
Big yourself, bitch, you gave yourself an 8. That's like an 8 out of 10. That's really fucking high. What do you mean? That's the biggest, damn near as big as it gets.
Yeah, probably a good thing to big oneself up about. So yeah.
Evolutionary biologist Robert Trivers proposed that self-deception could be an evolutionary adaptation that improves our chances of passing on.
I would say 10.
10. No, baby. No, 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 no. You're like, I mean, oh my God. Bro, I swear to God, I was literally gonna say she's about 35 years old. She's 26. Damn, yeah. Sorry. No disrespect. Objectively honest, you're like a 4. Just being honest.
I'm quite confident with myself. I love.
But it's beautiful you're confident about yourself.
My body, my features, my height, everything about me. So I have no problem.
I think life's too short, so 10.
No, you're not a 10. she kind of giving 6 vibes, but she might be somebody's 7 though. Like I could see somebody being like, yo, this girl is very beautiful. You know what I'm saying? I'd say she's like a 6 though.
Thirdly, although researchers have shown that people broadly agree on who is attractive and who is not, it's possible that we focus on different traits to evaluate our own attractiveness compared to how others judge us. For example, a 2015 study found that women's these things do contribute to a more attractive face.
I don't know, I just feel like with me, it's like, I don't feel I'm the greatest looking guy in the world.
There's another guy, bro. He's kind of bad built, you know, he's kind of built like a potato, like just kind of like bad built, bro. And I don't mean that with disrespect, but gang, he gets in the gym, he works out, he loses some body fat. I think now I really like look at him. I can see a version of this nigga. Right now, he's like potentially giving creeper vibes, kind of floating in a 5 area. This nigga gets jacked though, gets his confidence up. Get some swag on him, you know, chiseled jawline, and which he already looks like he has good face structure, way better face structure than me and on a natural level. He just got some body fat on it. This nigga could easily level up to like an 8, gang. Easily. Looks like he has nice hair. Bro, and that's what I'm trying to say. It's like everybody could do shit to improve on themselves, but it's like if you just kind of like no confidence, all right, man, just accept it, man. This is what it is. You kind of got man titties. Like, again, yeah, you're kind of just settling, gang. You could be way better than you're like this right now.
I feel like I'm not the greatest looking guy. I'm just like average looking, or like I don't really have that kind of thing to really make people think I'm good looking.
Damn, bro. It sucks to hear guys say this because it's like he really can elevate himself, bro. He's settling.
6.
6? Ooh, that's pretty, that's accurate. I kind of feel like you're a 5, but now I just feel like I'm dissing. 6 is cool. I respect it.
I feel like I'm pretty, but I'm not like super beautiful. Like, yeah.
It does suck hearing people say that though, man. Damn, you know, but it is what it is.
A 9.5, pushing
9.5, pushing 10. She's pretty. I wouldn't give her a 9.5 though. She's like, I think on her best day, she's like a 7. Like she looks like a 7 right now. And it looks like she's her version of put together. I see, you know, full face of makeup. She got her hair slit with the curls. I think she's like a 7, gang. I think she's like a 7.
because I just don't really care what people think about me. This is my face, I can't really change it.
Elysia.
Yeah, I mean, again, I appreciate that, and I love confidence. I think everybody should be building themselves up, but again, this is a video where I feel like we're trying to be brutally honest with each other.
Talks about not really caring about what people think about her. So how important are other people's opinions on when it comes to our looks? Generally, it depends a lot on who they are. Miller and colleagues showed university students were more likely to rate feedback as threatening and avoid feedback on their appearance when the ratings came from close peers compared to low-threat evaluators, such as students at another university, older adults, or children, compared to their own peers, which are people you're going to see face-to-face sooner or later.
I don't think I'm ugly. I'm not the most attractive person in the world, but yeah.
Me personally, I don't give anyone 10s because 10 means perfect, but I'd give myself a good 8.5 or a 9.
I mean, I saw, oh, damn, my battery, gang. But I saw he's like 19 years old. I feel like for 19, that's that's semi-accurate. I think if he gets his physique up, kind of gets a, you know, he looks a little rough right now. It looks like he's just wearing a Nike Tech. I feel like if he gets his physique up, looks like he got a decent smile. Eyes are pretty, got like, you know, nice little almond eyes. I think hoes be liking that. He's a good looking brother, bro. This is a good looking brother. What he rate himself? Like a 9? I don't know about 9. I think if he got some more muscles on you, if he's put together a little better, maybe he's a 9 on his best day. But this is a good looking brother, man.
You know, everyone has their own opinion, but that's just how I look at myself. So I feel like I have like pretty nice, distinct features that, you know, would make me stand out. So I don't think they mesh together well. So.
I think he's a good-looking brother. He could. I don't know if he was just on some chill shit, but I think he's not. I don't think he's delusional about how he feels about himself.
I think it depends. Like some days, I feel really confident. I feel like a 10, but then some days, like I'm not really feeling it. So it's like 6, 7.
One issue with
this other girl kind of growing on me though.
7.
She's a lot prettier than I think I initially said. Yeah, I don't know what she rated herself, but now I'm looking at her. She's kind of like, I think she kind of like an 8 for real. She's a kind of a strong 8. I ain't gonna lie. She got a very pretty face.
One issue with asking people to rate themselves from 1 to 10 is that their answers are likely somewhat context dependent. Your opinion of your own attractiveness could be influenced by something as simple as scrolling TikTok or not for that particular day, and exposure to so many attractive people all at once could influence how you feel about your own physical looks. We can see some evidence for this in the literature, where Little et al. Showed that exposure to attractive same-sex images lowered people's
interest level, but I've always been comfortable in my own skin. I've always liked what I've seen in the mirror. Never had any sort of insecurities when it comes to my...
I think he has one of those like model type interesting looks. I'd imagine there's a lot of women that are attractive to him. So I don't remember what I rated him, but he's probably somebody's 8 for sure.
My face or body or height or anything. I've been blessed in a sense. So yeah.
Probably say 7. When I'm ready to be, I can be an 8. But yeah, definitely.
He got to put some muscle on though. He's older though. What is he, 35? Come on, gang. You got to lock in before that clock start turning the other way.
Yeah, 7. Just confident in myself. Just confidence, I suppose.
10.
Let me look at them again. Let me rewind.
Just confidence, I suppose.
10. Even
I'm gonna go with 7.
Even if you know
7. They're both like 7s. They're not chopped cheese, but they're not 10s though.
you don't think it deep down, you have to say it because you can't project off bad energy.
I mean, again, I think, and you know, we're kind of seeing that with a lot of the ladies, like, oh, I low-key know I'm not a 10, but I'm gonna say it anyway. And it's like, again, I respect it. I'm not here to bully anybody, make anybody feel bad. I think confidence is key, but again, I'm just glad that they can also acknowledge, like, okay, I'm kind of just coping a little bit.
About yourself, so it always has to be a 10.
Even on my worst day, I'm a 10.
Period. You have to think that and manifest it for real.
Yeah. If you don't think you're a 10,
then
these are both very beautiful girls, though.
A 10.
A lot of our interviewees mentioned the importance of being confident in your own looks, and there's a good reason for this. Both men and women rate confidence as an important trait in a potential partner. But is there an optimal level of confidence for maximizing attractiveness? Murphy et al. Ran 4 different experiments to find out, and their initial results show that effects of confidence became stronger. So the main takeaway here is that overconfident people seem to have a significant romantic competitive advantage.
The thing is, though, about confidence on some real shit, it does make you more attractive. Because, like, energy is a real thing, gang. Like, I promise you, when you walk into a room confident with your head high, like, you are given the energy, like, yo, bro, I'm the hottest nigga in this bitch. I promise you, people are going to feel that. People are going to feel that. People are going to feel that when you're talking to them. People are going to feel like if you're quivering in your voice, you're nervous, you're kind of like, people pick up on that. So confidence does make you way more attractive. That's why we see some of the baddest hoes with some of the most chopped cheese niggas, gang. Because that's not the only thing that matters, bruh. It's not the only thing that matters. Confidence does matter. So we're not going to sit here and like act like it doesn't. But objectively, confidence aside, if you're just walking in the mall and you see somebody from afar all the way down the room, you know what I'm saying? Though the only thing that you're going to be judging them off of initially is their looks.
Therefore, it makes sense that we tend to overrate our own looks compared to others' perceptions.
10.
You're not a 10, babe. But the thing is, she's pretty. She lost some weight. She's probably an 8 if she lost some weight. But one thing y'all not gonna get me to do is, you know, I'm not fat shaming, but like, I'm not gonna sit here and act like, yeah, okay, maybe I just need to shut up because I don't want no smoke with nobody. You know, again, I'm not fat shaming, and I think everybody should love and appreciate themselves. But I also think like, I'm not gonna, and I'm not even saying, because she didn't say that, right? So I'm not even trying to put words in her mouth or nothing. But I think objectively, it is a healthy mindset to tell yourself like overweight is not a healthy way to live your life. You know what I mean? But I don't want to put any words in her mouth. Just to be clear, I don't know what her thoughts are. So I really just brought that up for no reason. So I apologize, but just full context.
Because it's me. It's for myself, you know. I should see myself as a 10 out of 10.
Oh, 5.
I respect that he said 5, but low-key he's like in 3 territory, gang. If we're being honest.
You know, it's a good solid pass mark rate. Nothing too fancy.
Because I think I'm cute, but yeah, I put in a lot of effort to feel and look nice and be nice. I think my personality also shines through.
Corin mentioned her personality and how it impacts the way she rates herself. Now you might think personality is irrelevant when it comes to the 1 to 10 scale, particularly on looks, but we came across some significant studies showing that personality genuinely does influence our perceptions of physical attractiveness.
For sure. And again, like, that's why getting to know people is such a beautiful thing, because somebody that you might not even be initially attracted to, as soon as you start hearing them talk and you guys relate on certain things and you guys are laughing and joking and bonding on certain shit and their personality matches yours, it's like all of a sudden it's like, yo, I fucking love this person. So it makes a difference, gang. And that's why I keep telling y'all, if we're talking about looks by itself, that's one part of the conversation. But don't cap yourself out and count yourself out, you know, because you weren't blessed with X, Y, Z features. Like, gang, like I was blessed with eyes further apart from each other. Or I shouldn't say blessed. I was cursed with my eyes being further apart from each other. My teeth aren't fucking straight. I mean, y'all might not be able to tell, but I got crooked teeth, really sharp fangs. Like, you know what I'm saying? I got a peanut head, so I had to grow my hair out to make my shit feel a little bit more filled out. Like, everybody has their flaws, gang. I got a big ass nose. Like, everybody has their flaws, bro. Everybody has their flaws. But it's about accepting them and then doing what you can to improve on yourself. I was a skinny, scrawny ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? I put on some muscle. And then that's none of that. I had to develop my swag, develop how I like to dress. None of that is considering my personality too. I ended up leveling up my personality. I ended up, becoming more confident. So again, all of these things definitely matter. But when we just talk about looks, we're talking about looks.
Let's look at one of those studies where Kong et al. Divided 120 people into 3 groups and asked them to rate 60 women's attractiveness. 2 weeks later, they rated the same faces again, this time with positive, negative, or no personality information. There was a significant boost in rated attractiveness for those with a positive personality and a decrease in rating for those with a negative personality trait ascribed to them. And another 2023 study added to this body of research showing that perceived honesty boosts physical attractiveness ratings for both men and women. The impact of personality on perceived physical attractiveness and also the mere exposure effect helps to explain why so many couples start out as friends. Hunt et al. Showed that couples who had been friends before dating had much lower attractiveness correlations, a range of 0.20 and 0.40, compared to those who had formed relationships soon after meeting, attractiveness correlations of 0.52 and 0.70, meaning that the more attractive couples tend to start straight into a relationship and the less attractive ones tend to go from friendship to relationship. This is another reason why we might rate our own attractiveness higher compared to a stranger's assessment, because we're more familiar with our positive personality traits and that influences our perceptions of the way that we look.
Word. W video, man. I had fun making this video. At the end of the day, I really hope that y'all could see that I'm not coming from no bitter place or trying to step on nobody's toes or, be disrespectful in any way. I just think it was a fun, genuine conversation to have because at the end of the day, bro, we got to be real with ourselves. You know what I'm saying? I feel like to truly be able to improve on the qualities and things that you want to improve on, you also have to be real with yourself. Like, take it off of looks. If you want to get better at basketball and you go in a shooting competition and you go fucking 1 for 10 5 times in a row, it's like, bro, you can't shoot the basketball. You're not good at shooting the basketball. So then you have to acknowledge, like, hey, I suck. I need to get better. But if you keep telling yourself, I can shoot, but you go 1 for 10 5 times in a row, you do the drill 5 times in a row, and every time it's like, bro, you're not even making half of the shots. It's like, dang, you gotta acknowledge where you need improvement so that you can now attack it. So I feel like that's more than fair to have these type of conversations. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Would you like to see me do more of these? I thought it was fun. You know, again, I am being honest, man. My intentions are never to be like an asshole or come off that type of way. So was a little hesitant doing this video, but I'm curious to hear y'all feedback. I love y'all, appreciate y'all. Where you at, family? Tap into the Twitch, link in the description, and I'll see you on the next one.
Where you at, Berto? I made this shit look too easy.